Hello, Moin. I think you are muted. Okay, it's trying to connect. Hello, Moin. Are you able to hear me?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Lakshmati. How are you? I'm able to
yeah,
hear you.
yeah. Very nice, very nice. I'm able to hear you. Welcome, Moin.
Yeah.
Welcome to our channel, ALP Talks.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
very
think
nice.
after a long time we were having a good discussions today.
Yeah. I think face-to-face discussion after a long time.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I
And
seen some
how
of
are you?
yeah. I am good. I seen couple of photos. I think we both were at my hometown earlier. by
Yes, 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 yes.
by watching those photos, I thought we should have some interview.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice, my mind. How are
How
you?
about your? I'm fine. And how about your work? Is it
Yeah,
going well?
it's all going well. Nice. Yeah,
Okay.
you are in Bangalore city.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. I
Try
think.
coming here. Shift to Bangalore so that it will
Yeah,
be near for
yeah,
you as well.
Let's see how fate is
Okay.
there. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So, how things are there, Moin, in Bangalore? Your life there.
Yeah, it's going on well. It's around almost 5 years
Mhm.
in Bangalore now. So things
Okay.
are going on well, I can say, compared to
Okay.
earlier.
Yes. Nice. Okay. Yeah, welcome, Wayne. Welcome again to our channel. Yeah, thanks for
Thank
your
you.
time for
And
joining into this. Yeah, I think you might
thank you
have
for
heard.
inviting me. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have. It was such a nice, like, you started this channel, and
Yeah.
like the people who are yet to start their career, it will be very useful for them to get to know the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the motto. At least who are in graduation, who are just 1 or 2 years experience, they can find this
Yeah, I keep
information.
on seeing some of your videos when I'm free, so I feel
Nice.
some of them were interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow I'm trying to make interesting. Let's see. Okay.
Somewhere you said you'll make a platform like all the people whom you are interviewing or can connect together so that if any doubts
Yeah.
or any
Yes.
clarifications in their project, they can share it as.
Yeah, that I can. Yes, very good idea, Moin. But till now, I didn't connected everyone into who I am interacted. Uh, yeah, I will
So
try
I
to
suggest like
join.
you can make one platform or else you can make one group kind of thing. So
As of now, I am
people
running.
can post
Yeah,
some
yes,
things
that's
there.
true. As of now, I am running one Telegram group for electrical questions. I don't know whether you are in that group or not. I will try to add you also.
Okay.
It's almost electrical
Okay.
questions. Like I am one group is running parallelly. But what you said, I will make separate WhatsApp group for that
Okay.
all the people who I am interacting.
Yeah.
So they can be friends each other. They more knowledge sharing. Very nice that. Good. It's
Yes.
good. I will
That will be.
start that. Okay. Yeah, Moin. I know you, but many people who are watching this video may not be knowing you. So it's better you explain a little bit about your education and professional background. Then we will move
Well,
into
yeah, first of
our
all, I
question.
wanted to know whether you are able to view me.
Yes. I'm able to you on here.
Okay. So, coming to my education, I've done my BTech in Deep Polarid Engineering College from Karnool. So after that, then I wanted to pursue towards my higher education. So I went on for MTech in VIT University Vellore. Then I got placed into almost six companies in VIT University.
Very
So out
nice.
of them, I wanted to choose. I chose L&T as my company because I wanted to be in the power electronics and drive stream itself. So
Okay.
yeah. So before joining L&T, I worked as a research intern as my internship in Chennai, that is Atmel R&D
Mm-hmm.
India Private Limited. There I was
Mm-hmm.
in motor control team where I worked mostly on the BLDC motors for
Brushless
low
DC.
low wattage things. Yeah, so
Okay.
I've developed some sensor and sensorless controls for that. So
Okay.
after that, then I came over to LNT, and in LNT around it's 5 years now. So
Okay.
coming to my professional career in LNT. So initially I started as a power electronics design engineer. Okay. So I was saying, like, initially I started my career as an power electronics design engineer in industrial department. So
Okay.
there I was mostly concentrating on the home appliances. So I was part of washing machine motor control, and then dishwasher systems, and then cordless iron box, and you see many cooktops as well. So these are the projects that I have worked during my phase in industrial department.
Okay.
Then after that, as before 4 years, so like EV was in a boom. Everyone used to think over the EV. So I thought in such a way that we have to develop some inverter and converter for our LNT, so that we can start with that segment also in LNT. So
Okay.
myself and one more person in our LNT, we
Mm-hmm.
both started with the initial phase and developed one converter and inverter, and then we made one like small EV to run. So after that, then my transition happened slowly into transportation department, nothing but
Oh.
automotive department. So from then, I worked in multiple projects supporting German and USA client as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and Japanese clients. So
Mm-hmm.
so many of the OEMs I have been part of in
Very nice.
designing converters and inverters.
Mm-hmm.
That is the summary of my domain.
Very interesting. It seems very interesting, Moin. All the things, whatever we are using in the regular life, regular day to day,
Yeah.
you are the master in behind. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, in Vellore VIT, so you got a chance to do your MTech after any written test or direct admission to
Yeah, there
start.
was there was one written test separate for the entrance examination.
Okay.
So after the written test, I joined that.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Generally, the Vellore VIT is very costlier. Generally, the trend is maybe, I don't know, 5 lakh per year, something like that. What is your idea on that?
No, it's not like that. The reason why people tend towards VIT is it's one of the top engineering colleges in India. If you see it, it will be
Mm-hmm.
compared to almost IITs. So it's in the seventh position or sixth position,
Okay,
if I'm
okay.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason the reason is, like, most of the professors whom we see are PhD scholars. So what we see is, like, we'll get to know a lot of things there, and we have wide range of uh, 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 knowledge to learn.
Yeah. Okay,
So
okay.
people, uh, it is not about the amount you should. I mean, during that phase, we should think of. We should think of the knowledge that we get from there, and it's not only about we get the knowledge. We also get a number of campus placements. So
Yeah,
that is
that's
also one of
true.
the major criteria.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, the knowledge point of view, the atmosphere, everything, whatever they are providing, it's very nice. I think I came couple of times there. I don't know whether, yeah, to meet you only I came, right? Once I came to VIT for meeting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice environment actually.
And I remember.
Yeah, it's very nearer to my house, so
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, when I am BTech, actually, I had a thought to join in VIT, but at that time, it's due to the costliness and all. So
Okay.
I didn't opted that because
No, the
we
people, like, yeah. People, like, just what we think of, like, in Andhra, we have this scholarship for the economically backward.
yes, 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 yes.
So most of the people will tend to join towards these colleges in Andhra.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, anyway, if you see other states, those are not having any schemes like Andhra. So it doesn't make a difference if you are going out of
That's
state to any other state.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, because it is as it is very nearer. I opted for working. I mean, not no hostel is required. I can directly it's daily up and down also I can do. Yeah.
Yeah, that is also there.
That facility also there. Maybe hardly 25 to 30 minutes. Maybe. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, good, good, good. Yeah. Okay. So, in your VIT, so what about projects and all, Moin? How you done the projects, college academic projects and all? Can you explain a bit about that? How the structure, everything is there, course and all?
Yeah, so as soon as you enter, you join a course, so you'll have to choose some courses. Like there might be a number of courses. So for that semester, you need to choose what are the courses that you are interested in. So you
Mm-hmm.
can choose. You yourself have an option to choose which course you need to do.
Okay.
So out of 10 courses, you can. There are particular credits that you need to maintain for that semester. So
Mm-hmm.
if you are maintaining that number of credits with some courses, then it is fine. So
Okay.
like
Okay.
that, we choose the courses and
Mm-hmm.
we enter into that semester and get to know the things. So and apart from that, we need to do a one project for each semester. So that we have done for each semester individual project to showcase. So
Okay.
in
Okay.
masters, it is a compulsory thing. So
Okay.
it was
Okay.
like that.
So each semester means generally 4 semesters will be there. So 4 projects.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, okay. Very nice, very nice. So generally, almost the work related we will do projects, right? I mean, our stream related, or your power electronics. So,
Yes, yes. So initially in the set one in the sense or in semester one, I've done a project related to boost inverter.
mm-hmm.
So that was first project during set one. In set two, I have done something related to DC-DC converter.
Okay.
That is bidirectional DC-DC converter.
Mm-hmm.
And then like then after set three, then I directly joined Atmel. Like I got the campus placement in Atmel as well for research intern.
Mm-hmm.
So I developed sensor and sensorless motor control board and algorithm for that. So
Okay,
and
okay.
that's there as well in our Atmel website. Now Atmel Microchip took over the Atmel 4 years back. So yeah. So now that
Okay.
product is in sale as well. You can see in the website.
Okay, okay. So in third and fourth semester, it's like a direct internship. You are working at Atmel only instead of
Yeah.
campus.
So what they did is like they have reduced the period of the third semester. Instead of
Uh-huh.
generally we'll have more months, right? So
Yes,
that
yes,
is
yes.
decreased to 3 months, and
Okay.
then the rest of the months is added towards the last semester. So I have a vast period of internship period. That's around 11 months. It's
Okay.
near to 1 year.
Okay. 1 year you spent at Atmel environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we also discussed a couple of times about that earlier.
Yes.
Okay, okay, very nice. So that Atmel is very, I mean, international company. Why you choose an LNT
Yes.
then? LNT is also that
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. Coming to that point. So after that, I had an offer with Atmel itself, like permanent employee there, and
Mm-hmm.
then that was during March of 2016, I feel. So during that time, I had an offer from Atmel itself. Then I decided to join. Then after, but my college period is not yet over. It will be completed by April on end or May.
Uh-huh. Okay,
So
okay.
college said that we cannot convert you immediately. You cannot convert him immediately during the college period. Then I had to wait for until May. So I had got a offer, but joining they have given after May.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing happened is like during that phase, microchip handover was taking place, and suddenly the CEO of Atmel he resigned, and the microchip CEO took over Atmel as well. and then Microchip CEO gave an immediate decision, like all the new recruitment has to stop. So
Yeah,
generally it happens, right? Whenever they acquire a new company,
that's
they'll not
true.
allow the sub company to take over a number of employees again. So they so that's the reason again I had to search for another opportunity. But by
Okay.
that time I even had a L&T offer from the college. Like I said, right, around five companies got an offer. So
Okay,
I
okay,
joined L&T.
okay. Yeah. What are other three companies,
But
Moin?
the other three companies are IT companies itself, like
Okay,
TCS, Wipro, and CTS.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. So L&T,
Yeah.
core, the core company,
So in
you are
TCS,
enjoying.
yeah, yeah. In TCS also they had a segment, like they had started during that time itself, embedded domain. So actually I was in a thinking state, like which one to go proceed with, either Atmel or L&T or TCS. Then I was more passionate towards L&T during that time. So I had an offer with Atmel, as I said, but then I did not take a decision until May of that year. So so actually it happened, like to tend towards L&T later on.
Yeah, the love towards electrical made you
Yes,
to
yes,
choose L&T.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. Because the
Atmel and
reason is in
others. Yeah.
Atmel it is a product-based company, and
Mm-hmm.
what you will get to know is you'll have one domain, so you'll be focused towards one domain, that is motor control. So you'll be focused to that segment itself. So I
Yes, yes,
wanted
yes.
to increase my knowledge during my initial phase to a wide range.
That's
So I
true.
joined L&T so that I can participate in different projects.
That industrial kind of system, whatever you joined in L&T, that's very nice. That given you most exposure to you for the push up to your career, I can say, because
Yes,
most practical aspect, hands-on experience, something like that, it might be created.
yes, yes.
Can you share that experience how you were working on, for example, cordless iron box you told? Yeah, it is like wireless technology, I can say. So can you share little few experiences
Yes.
how you your knowledge and all at that time after joining there for a couple of years about industrial.
Okay, so coming to that industrial domain, so there initially was into this washing machine motor control project. They had a universal motor before. So as we
Mhm.
know that universal motor can run in any AC or DC, and but it has a lot of losses into that.
Okay, okay.
So during that time, so many used to start with the BLDC. So we tried to develop a board with respect to BLDC motor, and then we made it run. Uh, so that was related to this one. And then we had a project related to dishwash system. So one of USA clients, they have come to us to develop a new dishwasher system for their product. So what we did is initially we do wave analysis, in the sense value added and value engineering analysis. So we take up the already existing dishwashers in the segment. So all the segment we divided, we dismantled one by one, and then analyzed, okay, this is doing this and this is doing this. So the technology wise and the cost wise. So after doing that we call it as a should costing. So after doing that, okay, these are the things that we have to take care while designing for the new dishwasher for this company. And these are the things that are already existing. What apart from this I can innovate new one into this.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there was many new changes I have done for the new product, and that was delivered successfully to the client.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was one of the thing. And coming to one more project, like uh, cooktop, induction cooktop, there we used to run that cooktop using a mobile app. So we had developed one mobile app, so you can operate whatever you want through that mobile app itself.
Wow.
So that like as a induction cooktop, it's a wireless transfer of energy, works on induction principle.
Mm-hmm.
So that I had developed a half-bridge resonant topology for that. So that was one of the projects.
Yeah.
And then cordless iron box. In cordless iron box, we developed a circuit that can trip off when it reaches some maximum temperature.
Okay.
So that was one of the things.
Okay. Okay.
So these were the different projects that I worked in during industrial.
Yeah, yeah, it's very nice, very nice. Yeah, that mobile app related, you need internet connection. I mean, at least Wi-Fi connection for that work cooktop also, or how? Because
Yeah, there will be a, I mean, we will have a communication set up in the boards itself.
okay,
So
okay,
through that, there is a separate dedicated team for that who
okay.
are concentrating on this mobile app
Mm-hmm.
development and then Bluetooth transfer.
Okay,
So
okay. Uh-huh. Okay, with
I was part
Bluetooth.
of the,
Yes, yes, yes,
yes.
yes.
So I was part of the hardware board development.
Okay, okay. Very nice, very nice. So it's a company given very good freedom to you to do all this stuff. Very less companies will
Because
have will give that much freedom.
yeah. So that's why we get to know wide range of technologies. So
Mm.
that's the reason I was indebted to like thinking to join L&T during my institute.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, this industrial the devices is like startup also. Many people are interested in today's. I seen couple of startups also who are into this
Yes, yes,
industrial field. Yeah, and like home appliances and all. Yeah,
yes.
very nice, very nice. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's about that chartered engineer, certified chartered engineer? How you done that? Can you speak a few words about that? I mean, how it is useful? I mean, is there you done some certification? How you did it?
Like chartered engineer is something like it will be helpful for you. Suppose
Mm-hmm.
to value any electric or in some construction of some of the construction. I mean that is mostly helpful for uh, uh, consultancies. So
Mm-hmm.
where you can certify the particular thing. So
Yeah.
suppose if you take in a building construction, you need to do a project analysis for each and everything. How much power consumption, all those things you need to do. So whether that is sufficient or not, that a particular person will do, and you can be eligible of certifying that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how it is helpful when you go into a private segment. I mean, when you have started separate consultancy for that.
Okay. Okay. I mean, how we can do this course, the certification, Moin? Is there any government body or any, can you explain a bit how, where we can apply for that, how we can certify, we get certification and all?
That's a separate process. I think we'll discuss it later.
Yeah, okay, no issue, no
So
issue. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, if it is a big one, we can discuss in
that
separate
yeah
session.
that we'll get from the Indian Institute of Engineers.
Okay, okay,
So IEA.
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, okay, sure. We will discuss in separate session. Yeah. So for EV applications, generally what motors we will use, Moin? There are number of motors. So
Uh,
the DC will be
yeah.
there, AC
So
will be there. What is best solution, DC or AC, and which motors?
it depends upon the application. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
it depends upon the application where you wanted to use. Suppose in EV electrical vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to drive the main motor that is attached to the transmission system.
Mm-hmm.
So people initially used to go for BLDC, but now it is PMSM motor.
Okay.
So those special machines they are preferring to use. So compared to BLDC, PMSM has a lot of advantages. So like BLDC has a trapezoidal waveform and PMSM has a sinusoidal waveform.
Yeah, yeah.
And the control torque ripple will be very less when you see the PMSM motor compared to the BLDC motor.
Okay, okay.
And you could have like it's basically the basic principle that the rotating magnetic field and the stationary magnetic field should be in 90 degrees, so that you can have a maximum torque at that instant.
Yes, yes.
So based on that principle, it tries to control the motor. So with
Okay.
BLDC motor, that is very good. With the with PMSM motor, it is very good. With BLDC, every 60 degree with a Hall sensor pattern, you will get that excitation. So the torque ripple will be little bit more in case of BLDC when you compare with PMS.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, this all whatever we studied, Bode plot and K-map and everything you are using. I mean, how you are? Can you explain a bit about the application? What you will get from that analysis?
Okay.
Because
Suppose
we studied all the plots, Nyquist plot, Bode plots, other different plots are there. 'Cause like stability criteria, something like that.
suppose we have okay. We'll see. Suppose we have a system. Uh, that system, if you see, that system might not be a stable system. Uh,
Hmm.
so uh, so you wanted to make that system stable. Stable in the sense, suppose there is one particular output, and you wanted to achieve that output, you will not be able to achieve that output. So what we do is we design controllers such that we can track the output based on the input given. So
Okay.
you will get the output whatever the input desired. So whatever the input you have fed that you wanted to achieve as an output, that you will get as an output.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that will do basically. You might be knowing that like Fourier transformations and Laplace transformations.
Yes. Yes.
From the Laplace transformation, we get the transfer function of particular system.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
once we get the Laplace transform, you decide like poles and zeros where it is lying.
Mm-hmm.
Then if it is an unstable system, then you design a controller so that the overall stability criteria lies, the poles lies in the left side of the plane, so that
Yes.
it is
Yes.
a
Yes.
stable system.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so you need to do the small signal analysis.
Okay.
If it
Okay.
is a non-linear model, you have to linearize the model first and then derive the transfer function. And
Okay.
then he used a Bode plot analysis to find the gain margin and phase margin of the system.
Okay.
So the how we decide is generally we decide a gain margin of a system to be higher than the 0 dB,
Okay.
and the phase
Okay.
margin to be greater than 45 degree. Then we
Okay.
decide the particular system is a stable
Stable.
system. So
Mm-hmm. Okay.
yeah, so it is like a total control system aspect it comes there. How you design a PID controller
Yeah. Yeah.
in the closed loop system to make the system or the output as you desire.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. This system is
So there
required
are
in all the industrial devices mostly because everywhere
yes,
somehow we should loop it, closer loop it.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Very nice.
So there are different methods for that as well. Like first, how to derive a transfer function. Like you might
Mm.
have studied already. Like
Yes.
if you
Yes.
know
Yes.
the basic equations
Mm.
of that particular, suppose if you take a motor, so if you know the basic equations,
Yes.
so
Yes.
from
Yes.
there you can do the Laplace transformation and derive.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
else you can do a black box method. So
Yes.
that
Yes.
method you can do in MATLAB.
Yeah.
So there MATLAB, when you give a certain input, that gives a certain output. So when you have an input and output, then you can decide that system through system identification in MATLAB. So once you do that in MATLAB, you'll get a transfer function. Based on that, you can linearize in the MATLAB itself if you have a non-linear system.
Okay.
Then totally, you can design a KP and K according to it and
Yes. Yes.
uh,
Slow Moin.
run the system.
Okay. 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 Yeah.
Yes, yes. Network is.
Yeah. Very nice. The K-map method. What is the importance of it? How we will use in industry? Hello. Are you able
Hello.
to hear me?
Yes, yes, I'm able to hear you.
Yeah, that K-map method related. Can you speak few words about it?
That's one of the techniques uh, to achieve the KP and K values of the PID.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So generally, people what they do is they do normal tuning, trial and error based method. So with trial and error based method, you will end up trying the values itself. So first you will set kp value, you keep on increasing until you see your system is achieved to that stable state. Then you try to increase the ka value to achieve exact output. So but what you end up is using nk, you might end up with overshoot there. Then you
Yeah,
will try to
yeah.
add kd value,
Yes,
differentiate.
yes, yes, yes,
Then
yes.
that will decrease the overshoot, but that might add other
Gain.
other
Mhm.
things as well, noises. If you add
Yeah.
kd, so they'll try to avoid kd, so they'll add pi most of the cases. So
Okay, very nice.
it differs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, clearly explain how you're using those. Yeah. What about this, the fuel cells based applications, Moin? I mean, how we are using those concepts in industry? Fuel cell based.
Fuel cell based. So
Yeah.
one of the project they have come to us to design a they have fuel cell as an input instead of batteries. They have
Uh-huh.
fuel cell as an input.
Okay.
So we have so they wanted to design one converter to run the compressors
Mm-hmm,
in the
mm-hmm.
fuel cell. They have some factories, so they wanted to design 8 kilowatt converter for that. So
Okay.
have designed buck boost interleave topology for that.
Okay. Okay.
That's where that fuel cell is an input to our system.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Finally, the fuel cell output is like DC energy, right? DC volts. What you say?
Yeah, it's kind of it's almost similar to the battery, but performance is little bit different because of the chemical reactions
Okay.
in the field.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We will discuss in complete next sessions also about those. Yeah. Yeah. So what about these high frequency transformers and all? I mean, where we will use those high frequency transformers in industry components and
Uh,
all?
yeah, high frequency transformers. If you see in any isolated topologies, so
Mm-hmm.
when you go for a high kilowatt and you want that the isolated topology, isolated system, so
Mm-hmm.
there we will use high frequency transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it is almost it is uh, similar to low frequency transformers, but it is totally different in the design aspect. So when you go for a high switching frequency, your size of the transformer will reduce a lot.
Yes, yes,
So
yes. Yeah.
uh, so you might be aware of the transformer
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you are using leads wire. I mean,
for the low
conductor.
frequency.
Yeah, the conductor and all
So
are
for the
like
high
leads wire,
frequency
right?
thing that, but the switching frequency is as it is.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
okay, okay. Yeah,
1 second, I'll also get starting.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, proceed, mine. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Fuel cells related. We will discuss in next session. Yeah, high frequency transformers. We are discussing on that.
Yeah. So generally, coming to that, so Amorphous course you'll use generally for the low frequency things. So
Mm-hmm.
generally, we'll go for a ferrite course for
Mm-hmm.
the high frequency.
Okay,
Uh,
okay,
yeah, the design aspect will be almost similar.
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Related to that, like uh, based on the application, you will select the core of the transformer.
Okay,
So if it
okay,
is a low frequency, you'll select Amorphous. If it is a high frequency, you'll select ferrite course.
okay, okay.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
So it depends on the design. I mean, it is almost the same as for the different applications, but the majorly depends upon the number of turns and how you decide the wire gauge and what is it if you are taking a leads wire combination that you'll use and the
Mm-hmm.
type of the core that you select
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the saturation of it. And
Yes, yes.
basically, the main criteria you see for a high frequency transformer is the flux density of it. So
Yeah,
you should
yeah.
not design such that it crosses the flux density of the core, then it will go into the saturation.
That's
That is
true.
one of the aspects. And the next thing is winding factor.
Yeah.
So generally we keep it as zero point 0.3 or zero point 0.4. maximum we can go up to 0.5 as 0.5, 0.6 as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you cannot go to 100% because there will be some spaces left when you wind through the
Yes,
core of
yes,
the clamp.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, these are the major things that we
Yeah.
see while designing a transformer.
Yeah. Mostly we will prefer leads wire, right? For a high frequency transformer.
Yes, yes, we prefer leads wire
Yeah.
for the high frequency transformers, and basically, I mean, when you see for the utilization of the copper. So
Mhm.
if we have only one thing, so if we calculate the skin depth for that particular thing,
Mhm.
so
Hello.
based on that, if we have a multiple thing, that might reduce the D current losses.
Yes, yes, that's
So
true.
most
That's
of
true.
it we go for
Multi-conductor.
yes.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. What about inductor, Moin? Inductor generally where we will use in your applications and
Okay.
all.
Yeah. Coming to inductor and capacitor, those two are the storage elements mainly.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it actually acts as a storage of the energy and
Mm-hmm.
dissipating during the off time of the particular. You have
Yeah.
an inductor at the output.
Okay. Okay.
So during the on time of the switch, uh, 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 I think we cannot go into the
Yes. Yes. Yes.
details
Yeah.
level
Yeah.
level
Yeah.
now. We cannot
Yes.
draw
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
what happens is that when you switch on the I mean MOSFET of a particular buck converter, uh, then uh, I don't have
I think
the
this is no need to draw. I think this is a free will concept, right? We will place inductors across the device.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So generally, what happens is like in buck converter, it will be at the output, so it acts as a filtering device, and also
Okay.
it supplies, the capacitor supplies during the off time. It
Okay.
will be capacitor will be at the output of the buck converter. So
Okay.
most of the time, it acts. Why we place it opposes any change in the current when you
Okay.
place it in, and
Okay.
capacitor it opposes any sudden changes in the
Voltage.
and
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and also inductor we use as a storage element. Suppose in boost converter, we can store the energy for the on
Mm-hmm.
time,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then we
Yes.
can dissipate that some of the energy during the off time, so
Off
that
time.
output voltage will be more,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
compared
Yes.
to the input.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there are various applications for the inductor as well. It can be used in EMI filters,
Yes. Yes.
so
Yes.
as a differential choke, as a common mode choke.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
and yeah, and coming to the capacitor, it can be used as a decoupling capacitor, storage capacitor, as a filter capacitor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
based on the place where you're using exactly in the circuit,
Yeah. Yeah. Based
there
on
are many
that.
functionalities for that.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, my intention is to just give some little bit idea so that people can get, they can go through the internet and on, they can search, they can learn also about all the applications and all. That's why my main intention, we should speak out some, at least some words, the technical words. Yeah, that's my main theme. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. What about this
Okay.
hybrid vehicle, Moin? Hybrid vehicle, how it is completely different from normal vehicles? Can you explain a bit about that?
Yeah, in hybrid vehicle, you have a combination of, the engine and as well as the electric motor.
Okay.
So, so that project I've done it's a MATLAB related project. That is one of the OEMs has contacted for us to develop a
Mm.
controller
Okay.
module for that in MATLAB.
Okay.
So what we that is basically like a smooth transition has to happen from the engine mode to EV mode when you are trying to run.
Okay.
So it's a both combination of EV mode and as well as the engine mode. So
Okay.
generally you try to start with the engine mode and then go to the EV mode. So the application of the hybrid is totally different than the EV,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's a combination of both the things. Yes.
Okay, okay. It's like on backup, people will go for hybrid models, right? Like if power is not, the electric battery is going out, then they will switch to this engine mode, something like that, right? What you say?
Yes, there are there are different modes in that. So EV mode, engine mode.
Okay,
Yes, as you said, it can be used as a backup, or if someone wants to drive in the EV mode completely, they can drive.
okay,
So
okay,
it's basically the fuel efficiency that we do if we go with the hybrid vehicle.
okay, okay. Flexibility is there for the user, more flexibility, we can say.
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this with respect to the small motors, Moin, there are different small motors are there. So, what motors we will generally we will use in for creating? I mean, for which application, which motors we will use? Any idea on that? Can you speak out a few words about that? Because whatever we studied, stepper motors, so universal motor, the servo motors. I mean, I am discussing about mostly low power range for creating small motion. Can you speak about that? Yeah.
Okay, so if you see DC motor, most of the things that DC motor will use for industrial applications.
Mm-hmm.
So where you see there are different types of motors as well, series, shunt, compound,
Yeah,
separately
yeah.
excited. So
Yes,
it
yes.
has various applications. Those will be used in traction applications and
Yeah.
in belt drive applications.
Mm-hmm.
And coming to special machines like BLDC, PMSM, SRM motors. So these were mostly used in automotive applications because
Okay,
of their high
okay.
efficiency.
Okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
And induction motors you see in most of the almost 70-60% you see in the applications that is induction motor in
Yeah, yeah.
industrial BLDC. But as and when but when you see the cost factor and all, so most of the people are trying towards induction only. And in case of a critical field where you need more precision and more efficiency, then they are
Mm.
not looking for the cars, so they'll go for BLDC or PMS. And stepper motors they generally use for this robotics applications.
Okay, okay.
So there, yeah,
Digital
so
motion, like step by
yes,
step. Okay, okay.
step by step printers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
so these were
Okay.
different applications that done.
Yeah. You covered vast. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah. This MATLAB related generally, how people are using with respect to the industry. What we studied somehow in colleges and all, how it is used in industry for simulation or whatever it may be. Can you explain a bit about the application of MATLAB or any other simulation
Yeah,
packages?
yes. So MATLAB, if you see first, when you want to validate the system, in the sense, if you want to design a system which is having very less error during testing phase or during development phase, first what you try to do is you try to verify in the simulation platform whether you are
Okay.
able to get a particular output what it is expected. So when you try to simulate everything in that, if in that will not cost us anything. So in the sense, if there is nothing to go bad if you change some parameters or some blocks in the MATLAB.
That's true.
But if you directly go towards the hardware, so there is a lot of things that are prone to
Problem danger
damage.
also. Yeah, yeah. It may be as electrical and equipment damage, loss, property loss also there. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
what we do is generally we validate the entire system in the MATLAB, and we'll try to do the functional analysis of it. And then there are different things as well in MATLAB. Like we can, after developing a particular model, you have to test that model completely. There are different things like mill, SIL, pill, and hill. So what these are all is mill refers to model in loop, where you will test whatever the models that you have developed in MATLAB. You will using a test case harness and test case sequence, test case manager in the MATLAB, that you test the individual models based on the unit test and validate their performance. That is
Okay.
nothing but validating in the MATLAB itself using a model in loop test.
Okay. Okay.
Then there is one more thing called as a hill, hardware in loop, where you connect hardware systems to the MATLAB. In the sense, when you try to generate the PWM in the MATLAB, you give it to the hardware system, and you in turn you will try to drive the hardware using
Yes.
the
Yes.
MATLAB.
Yeah.
So, and software in loop is nothing but you can, once you develop the model, you can generate the code, C code from the MATLAB itself, and like that will help the process, speed up the process for the software side. In the sense, if you are directly choosing one controller in the hardware and sitting on it and developing the drivers for the controller, and then you have to write the application layer level, you have to develop the algorithm for that. So it takes a
Yes.
lot of time for a particular software person to
Yes.
develop
Yes.
all this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what you need to do is you just need to take the controller and develop the basic drivers for it, and then you try to do the model in the MATLAB and verify all those things, and then convert into C code and dump that C code into the controller, and directly you can run the hardware with that code itself. Yes.
Yeah.
So that, yeah. So there are different. I mean, uh,
Yes. 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 Different applications may be there based on MATLAB usage.
hello.
Yes, Moin.
Ah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So there are different applications and usefulness with respect to MATLAB. That's why
Yeah.
most of the OEMs are preferring that
Yeah.
to proceed with it. It
Apart
has
from
a lot of
MATLAB, yeah, apart from MATLAB, generally, what
yes.
are major softwares we will use in core jobs like that? Can you explore if you have any idea on that? Any only MATLAB we will use? What you say?
Yeah, yeah. So apart from MATLAB, if you wanted to simulate, yeah, apart from MATLAB, if you wanted to only simulate at circuit level of the individual models, so
Mm-hmm.
you use LT-SPICE, and then PSPICE, PSIM.
Okay.
Then you have Saber RD.
Mm-hmm.
So you have different tools to simulate at individual circuit level and then verify the outputs.
Okay. Okay. Very nice.
So basically, it is almost the same. Like all tools will almost the same, but it differs in the tool usage and the
That's it.
uh,
User interface
yeah,
may be
dynamics
different.
of the system how you are expecting.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. Yeah, little bit performance, little bit error may be there, right? I mean, with respect to the final output, little bit changes may be there when compared to tool.
Uh, Changes. Yeah, tool to tool there might be some changes, and some of the tools supports some hardware packages also. Suppose
Yeah, yeah.
if you wanted to use one IC, and if you wanted to simulate that with combining that IC with respect to other circuits in the system. So if you have some tool which cannot have that IC package, then you cannot use simulate that particular circuit.
That's true.
So you need to have that hardware support package uh, of that as well in the tool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it differs from each and every tool. So yeah,
What features they are
most of the
offering?
time uh, on the hardware level, if you wanted to test, you go for Saber RD or LT-SPICE or uh, PSIM for the
Okay,
simulation.
okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes. That's nice. Yeah, generally hardware development life cycle means what it will be there, Moin. I mean, what things we will cover in the life cycle
Okay,
process
there
means.
are okay, yeah, it's a there are different. I mean, that's a total process of the hardware development. It starts with a requirement phase, so where
Mm-hmm.
you get the requirements from a particular customer, and then you validate the requirements from your side, and then
Mm-hmm.
after requirement phase, you'll start up with the design phase.
Yeah.
So in design phase, there are different things like you do simulation, you do circuit level, you develop the schematics, and then after
Mm-hmm.
the design phase, you go into the PCB development phase.
Yeah.
So once that PCB is developed, then you go for a testing phase. So in the
Yeah.
testing phase, you lot of problems in the circuit, and then after the testing phase, you in testing phase there are a number of things you do initially with the functional testing, where you go with the unit level wise, and then integration testing where you combine different units and then see the performance of it, and then
Yeah.
system level testing. After that, you have a validation. So yeah, after everything is done, we will sign with the customer that these are all the reports, and we'll have a mutual sign that it is totally delivered without any errors, and we have met the all requirements as per
Yeah.
the.
Yes, yes, yes.
So these are the different life cycle of a hardware development. So each and everything, it has detailed segments as well. So
Yes,
I
yes,
said
yes.
you on a high level.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. Everything will take lots of time also for doing. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. You clearly explained in everything detailed manner. Yeah, I mean, in your entire things, did you face it any some issues, something? I mean, some while doing any hardware projects, hands on any blown out or anything, any experience? Did you have bad experiences? So that
Uh, yeah, generally what people do the major mistakes is they'll keep a lot of time for the development phase and they'll keep very less time for the testing phase. You
mm-hmm.
have to give very less time for the development phase and give more time for the testing phase. So in testing phase, what happens is uh, generally while we are testing in simulation, okay, we see that it is interlaced proper in
Mm-hmm.
hardware. So because of the so so you'll face some of the problems in testing. Like I have seen, I mean, some of the capacitors that were blown out, and some of the ICs that was shorted with respect to ground if you're not handling properly. And the
Okay, okay.
major thing is people will do mistakes with respect to the ground level.
Yeah.
So you have different ground levels in the board as well.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
you need to handle the grounds properly, or else there will be a problem in the circuit somewhere.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. Yeah, very nice, Mohit. You summarized it in a clear manner. Yeah. So finally, to conclude our today's session, so if any people are any engineer, BTech graduate, electrical one, who wants to enter into this field of industrial devices or some power electronics background, what you can suggest them? I mean, who can come into this field? What their mind level, maturity level required? Can you speak a few words about that so that people can get better awareness of it? If any courses or something, if they have to do, means what they can do. Yeah, please speak few words
Okay.
about that.
So generally, when you see during study phase, we think that everything works fine, but it is not the case when you enter into the professional field. So when you design a particular thing, it is totally different than what you study. What you study and what you implement is what you study is just 5% what you implement. So when you implement, you'll get to know a lot of things. uh, so I can say just not to just study for the sake of exams or doing the things. So try to explore it more detail level. Suppose if you take a, I'm just saying one example. Suppose if you take a one buck converter, so why that circuit has come, why that circuit is necessary I mean, I just can add one resistor divider network and then reduce the voltage and give the output. Why I need so much of big circuit with inductor, capacitor, switch and all? So what I say is you don't just study for the sake of studying it. You analyze the whatever you study. Suppose if you take a buck converter itself, why you have a capacitor at the output phase, then why you have an inductor, then why you have a diode, then why you have a switch. So you try to analyze why it is placed, each and everything uh, in a particular thing. Then you'll try to get many aspects. You'll learn a lot of things as well. If your basics are strong, I can say uh, you can design anything, whatever you feel like, and you can rectify the things as well. So try to be very good at the basics, and then try to, as I said, try to implement these in the simulation platforms as well, and rectify. You see a number of problems in the simulations also. You study that and go to the online platforms and verify if you are not getting that particular result. So you will try to learn a lot when you do the simulations, and when you analyze at the circuit level, at the basic level. So these will help you in your professional life. So
Yeah, that's true.
that's what I think.
Yes, Moin. People, it's not like for the sake of exam like that. Whenever the exam, that study is completely different, but try to analyze it at a very deep level, minimum, minute level, so that why that component. If you don't place that component, mainly the power electronic
Yeah,
side, if you don't place that
generally,
component,
yeah,
what happens? If you
yeah.
place that
Generally, when you
component,
said
what
I got,
happens? Hmm.
yeah, when you said this statement, I remember one thing. So what we do is generally, if we are developing, suppose if anything goes wrong in the testing phase, we'll see. Okay, white has failed. We do 5-way analysis. In the
Yes,
sense, you question why it has went wrong. Then again you question for that answer, what might be the reason. Then again you question for that answer, what might be the reason. So 5 times you have to question for that problem. What is you go deeper for that answer, then you question, so you get the
yes, yes.
actual root cause of it, then you
That's
try
true.
to solve that.
Yeah, that is here
So
and back.
whenever you are
Yes,
yes,
yes. Yeah, we should ask question, answer. So in that process itself, we will find many more miracles. Exact solution also you can find it. What might be the problem for this? Yes,
yes. So I can say the passionate should be there. It's not like some people will think like electrical engineering is the toughest. I mean, engineering field people choose. But I feel if you are very good at the basic, if you are passionate towards it, I can say it is the very easiest, very easiest and very enthusiastic
interesting
domain
thing.
which you choose.
That's true. That's true, Moin. We can do many,
Because I
many
don't feel.
things.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
a power electronics engineer and electrical engineer, I don't feel, I mean, if you are given with any other field, you don't feel that interest. If you are passionate towards your field, then you'll see,
yeah,
okay, I have to learn this. So suppose if I consider capacitor, inductor, resistor, when those three are different, it acts as a different. When you combine each two or three, combine three, the performance of it is different.
completely different. Yes, that's
Yep.
true.
So you'll have that deal, okay, this is performing different. Okay, okay, how it does perform if I give a DC input, how it does perform if I give a AC input. So you should have that passionate towards it, and uh, try to learn at the root cause level why it is there.
Yeah, yeah.
That will help to grow in the future.
Yes, yes. I want to add one more point here. Whatever R, L, or C, resistor, inductor, capacitor, these elements are there. Like you said, if it is DC, things are different. If it is AC, things are different.
Yes,
If it is series or if it is shunting, parallel connection, yeah, all cases are completely different. Only like whatever power electronic device you will consider, IGBT or MOSFET or whatever it may be, everything is like a switch. Only thing it will on or off based on certain command. If other than diode, everything will have certain commands, gate like that. So only thing you should be able to understand what happens to the circuit when it is turned on, something like that. So everything you should draw, you should analyze it. Then you can understand if something is in your mind to implement something, so you will get better ideas. Okay, I should use this component here, I should connect in this way so that I can get my desired output. So it's
yes,
all about only components only in power electronics. That's what I can say. Yeah, please follow this in Moin, whatever he explained, his tips and all. So the components, everything, you just spend some time. I will provide his contact also in our description, so that if you have any doubts in anything about power electronics and all, you can contact him. Yeah, Moin, thanks a lot for today's discussion. You shared your valuable information. Yeah, it myself learned to so many things newly. Yeah, it will benefit many engineers. I am damn sure that it will benefit many. It will ignite so many minds who want to come to this power electronic side. Thanks for your time. This is not end. This is just start. We are going to make many more meetings in future videos. I will make a plan also for that. Thanks, Moin. Thanks a lot. Have a
Yeah,
great day.
thank you, Lakshmipati. It was very nice interacting with you.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, bye.